Wait, should I act like a zinester? Like this?
Yeah.
What do you want?
He's so thrilled! Backstage passes for the both of you. Well, again, what does it mean to you? You think you're writing walls with your old typewriter, but you haven't got a clue. 6 weeks in, and I wish that I was out. I'm missing my amenities. In a foreign land, doing all I can. Calling home is a luxury. We can be the band you love to hate. I think it's great. We demand nothing less. I'll revel in the pain. We're the lesser of two evils. I wish there's no divorce. Back to lava, coach to soundcheck, home by the port. Flying to Geneva, staring at disgusting airline food that is paid for by a third source. I can think about it, I can analyze it, I can find my dollar value. You know I wouldn't do it if I didn't want to do it, but I've made my own mistakes too. We can be the band you love to hate. I think it's great.
I usually define zines as an independent publication.
A zine is a self-published magazine. It's usually photocopied, usually of an idiosyncratic nature.
Zines can be about anything at all. And I used to think of fanzines as being just about bands, and people who were way into music would write these little publications that would talk about their favorite band. But I've come to realize that there were all sorts of fanzines just about things that people were fans of, you know, whether it was sci-fi culture or bands or model railroading or whatever.
There is a zine for everything.
Incorporating pictures or images of some sort is a major part, but I don't think it needs to have that to still be considered a zine.
When I was 15, my exposure was that a zine was Xerox pieces of paper.
I think it has a lot to do with the way it was produced and what was the motivation, how personal was it, you know, how close was the final product to the person or people making it.
I think a lot of it is the intention behind it, and to me zines aren't about making money. I think the intention to foster some kind of community, to educate, to have fun, you know, those all are part of what a zine is.
You know, if they have ad space to cover their costs, that even gets a little iffy in my mind. But the idea to me is that you find a way to produce it no matter what it takes, whether you're breaking into somebody's office and Xeroxing it, or you're scamming copies at a copy shop, or you're actually paying out of pocket.
I used to think you had to, there had to be some theft involved somewhere in the process, whether it's just the staples or, you know, the copies themselves.
But a lot of zine people are dorky people with eccentric taste.
There's this guy that's a shoe collector, and he started a magazine. It's all about collecting shoes, which I think is absurd. It has all the standard characteristics of a zine. It's like it's got that one single topic. The guy's complete freak about it and totally obsessed with it. And it's just something he's somehow funding mysteriously.
Anything where there's a bunch of people fanatical about something, I guess, they just started coming together, writing about it.
And if they don't publish some kind of document about what their eclectic taste is, they might not ever meet the people that have the similar eclectic tastes.
I mean, zines are awesome on boats. You know, if you put a zine, anybody will read anything on a boat. And my skipper actually, he's like, I could do a zine. You just write about what you did today and what you ate and put a recipe in there, and then you write about your bike, and then you write about stealing something. He's definitely got that whole, it's not really writing, so he won't write for it. And he's he wrote something and it was published in Pacific Fisherman, and he got a shirt and $100. Mm-hmm. And that was writing, and I'm like, so Fred, if I give you a shirt and $100, will you write for me? And he's just like, you won't do it.
Through understanding zines, you really need to make a zine yourself.